Hi everybody, it's Miss Brody coming to you with another fantasy writing lesson. And as you can see on the first slide, today we're going to be talking about transitions and using paragraphs. So let's get started. Okay, first, again, just a quick reminder. Hopefully this doesn't come as any surprise because you listened to yesterday's video, but remember that you have until next Friday to write this entire fantasy story. But maybe you're thinking, I can get my story done in a week and I want to write another one. Great, but you're going to be writing every day for the next 9 days, okay? Every day you're expected to do some writing. That means adding new material or working on revising, fixing, or making better what you've written based on the day's lesson or another lesson. So remember, only your teacher can tell you that you're done. And even if you think you're done and your teacher doesn't get back to you, just start a new story. But there's never going to be a day that you're not doing any writing. Also, again, remember to check out our comments and try to make the changes based on our comments. And also, final reminder is please make sure that your stories are in 12-point font and 1.5 spaced. And again, ideally, they're going to be a minimum of 2 pages and maybe upwards of 10 pages long. Okay, yesterday we talked about hooks. Hopefully everybody wrote different hooks and hopefully you tried out the 3 different types that I talked about: action, description, and dialogue. And you really worked on getting your story going. And if you added more than just the very beginning, that's terrific. If not, today you should be keeping going and keep drafting using your story mountain as a guide. Here's my story mountain of my first couple scenes. And if you remember, I started my hook talking about Priscilla's parents sending her to the forest to collect prickle plants. And then again, I'm still going to be working, since I was only teaching about hooks, I didn't write that much of scene 1. And I want to be able to continue of her noticing that there aren't any around. And I'll get into that a little bit later today. But today I want to talk to you specifically about transitions. So I want you to think in your head right now, what do you know or remember about transitions? What are they? How do we use them? And I want to let you know that in narrative story writing, we can use transitions to help our writing. And think to yourself, why do writers use transitions to begin with in any type of genre, not just narrative, but in opinion writing or anything? Think to yourself. All right, hopefully you have an answer. And here's a nice little picture that I found that does a good job of summing up what we use transition words for. They give the writing a smooth flow, and they help readers move from one point to the next. So for example, in opinion writing, you would use a term like for example, or another example, or one reason why, another reason why. Those are transition words that sort of help the reader know what you're talking about. In narratives, we use different types of transitions. So let's think now about what you remember about transitions in narratives, in stories. So again, if we were in class, I'd have you raise your hand to say, what do you think of, what comes to mind when you think of transition words in story writing? Well, hopefully many of you thought about these words: first, later, next, finally, then. And you'd be right. Those are really terrific transition words. But I want to also let you know that those are very basic transition words. Not that they're bad, but some of you really overuse the word then, or even so, right? Then. We really want to move away from that. There's plenty of other transition words. So take a look about some of these. What about all of a sudden, or suddenly, or in a flash, or instantly, or meanwhile, meaning something else is happening at the same time, or before he or she knew it, or even without warning, the dragon entered the scene. These add a little bit of suspense and excitement. And I found this, I love this picture, right? This is like, before she knew it, or without warning, wow, right? It just kicks it up a notch. It makes the writing a little bit more interesting than just saying, next, the dragon came. But if it's all of a sudden a dragon showed up or something, then it's a little bit more surprising. It's just a little bit better writing. And you're going to be getting today, speaking about transitions, I've made a chart that your teacher is going to share with you about some transition words. So take a look at them. Again, here we have some of the basics: next, then, Please don't overuse this one. Later, a little while later, after that, soon. I don't have to read all of these to you. And then here are some of those suspenseful ones, right? At that moment, all of a sudden. And then don't forget that your stories can include flashbacks and flash forwards, and we would transition into those with words like she or he remembered when, or she or he thought back to when, or this reminded her of when. Or if you're flashing forward, you can have she or he imagined, or she or he pictured him or herself. So these are transitions that help move the reader from one point to the next. Okay, so similar, like transitions, we're going to talk a little bit about paragraphs. Paragraphs also help the reader move from one idea to another. And if you've ever tried to read a long piece of writing without the use of paragraphs, you would know that it is really not fun to read, and it's actually quite hard to follow when everything's all one big long chunk of text. No fun at all. And I have a way to help you remember where to put in paragraphs, because as you're entering 6th grade, you really should be at this point putting paragraphs into your writing. And if you're still sort of struggling and you still are writing in that big long block, let's review how you can get paragraphing down pat. And that's sort of a little phrase, like when you get something down pat, it means you know how to do it. But I've used that down pat, the P, the A, the T, and I've added an S, so we're getting it down pats, okay? That P stands for place, the A for action, the T for time, and the S for speaker. Place, action, time, speaker. Anytime one of these changes, you need a new paragraph, okay? Now, here's some others ideas, but really if you just focus on when the place or the setting changes, when the action changes, meaning like a new event is happening, if the time is changing, again, like time is moving forward or back in a big way, and definitely when the speaker is changing. Every time, whether or not it's a one sentence line of dialogue, somebody says hi, and then the next person says hi, it's on a new line in a new paragraph, okay? So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. And I'm going to go to, I cut and pasted my hooks. Remember I talked about I had a dialogue, action, and description hook. And I decided that I thought I could maybe use all three of these. And I pasted them in here, and you'll see that this is 12-point font. And over here, I'm at 1.5. I'm not at single. Okay, that's really close together. I'm not at double. That's bigger. I'm at 1.5 spacing in Arial 12-point font, okay? So I like starting with the dialogue hook. And remember, a paragraph starts with an indentation. Priscilla, shouted Mrs. Leica, I need you. The time has come to forage for more pricklepus plants. Now, again, I'm going to put a new paragraph here, and Google Docs already knows to indent for me because I've done it once before. Priscilla quickly appeared by her mother's side in the family's small kitchen. Yes, Mama, said Priscilla excitedly. I'll go at once. Now again, you'll see that I have two quotation marks back to back. That is not allowed to happen. Since the mother's about to talk, I'm going to do another paragraph. So now it's the mother's turn. It's like back and forth. First the mother, then Priscilla, now back to the mother, back and forth, and each one is indented with a paragraph. And you'll notice I don't have to do anything. All I'm doing is hitting the tab button this one time. I don't have to, I'm not counting like this. Once I hit return, it should go directly to a new paragraph. Okay, so here's my hook. There should be plenty of time. Take this basket and return when it's full. It's a lovely day to head into the freckled forest. I know you will not disappoint us. Well, I'm going to move into the action. So I'm going to move this up. But I would like to put a transition here, okay? So I'm going to tab over, and I'm going to say a few minutes later, Priscilla, I have to change, was skipping happily through the woods. Her legs sprang from the mossy earth with each step. She had never been sent to collect pricklebush plants before, and this was a big honor. I also liked this description, so I'm going to sort of move some of this do, do, do. Actually, I'm going to move this whole thing up here and then maybe fix it. A few minutes later, Priscilla was skipping happily through the woods. The sun shone brightly in the freckled forest. The leaves were a lovely shade of purple, and the glossy tree trunks practically sparkled. The yellow clouds dotted the pale pink sky as Priscilla pranced through the woods, searching for the precious pricklepus plants. Her steps were light and bouncy, as she was in a joyous mood on this lovely spring day. Now, I don't need to have her legs sprang from the mossy earth, because I already said that. She had never been sent to collect pricklepus plants before, and this was a big honor. Her legs, and again, I don't need this sentence, so I'm going to kind of get rid of that because it's similar to one that I already had. Okay, so you'll see again, just in that hook, I already wrote basically a half a page, and that's just on I haven't even really started my story. Just my hook was almost a half a page long. She had never been sent to collect pricklepus plants before, and this was a big honor. And I remember that now, so I'm going to go back here and remind myself, I'm going to remind myself of what, she starts to notice there aren't any pricklepus plants around, and she's going to be going deeper and deeper into the forest until she spies the dragon. So now I'm going to go back to my draft. Okay, so let's see. Priscilla looked everywhere for a pricklepus plant. I'm going to go into a little detail. She picked up some stones. She turned over a few leaves, and she peeked, I think that's wrong, peeked behind every bush she could find. Now, again, now I want Priscilla to maybe do some inner thinking. That's something, so remember that the mother said, I know you will not disappoint us. And I'm going to have her say to herself something. I thought Mother said the woods would be full of pricklepus plants, thought Priscilla. Another quotation, why can't I find any? Right, so I'm giving her some inner thinking here. I might now, I'm going to use the transition meanwhile, okay? Meanwhile means something's happening at the same time. Meanwhile, not far from Priscilla, there was a, I can't think of a description right, dragon, let's see, I can't, dragon, I'm just going to, tromping through the forest. His mouth was full of pricklepus plants. Now, again, I'm starting to go into a little bit detail here, but I want you to notice again that I've used a paragraph, that something else is happening in a different part of the woods, and I've used a transition, and I've used a paragraph here. And I would keep on writing about what's going on with Priscilla until they're going to sort of meet up and she's going to spy the dragon, right? But again, I want you to notice how many paragraphs I already have. Here's a dialogue, and then I have Priscilla comes, and so she's in her own paragraph. Then the mother talks, and now again I've used this transition. Time is passing. That was one of my PATS. When time has passed, a few minutes later, I'm going to start a new paragraph. And this paragraph all goes together because it's all her being in the forest. But again, now the action has changed a little bit because she was never been sent out before, and now she's looking everywhere. This was more of my description paragraph, and here it's switched. So you'll see that I have that I have. Hopefully you saw how I used paragraphing, and it's your turn to start drafting, and I want you to think about transitions and paragraphs today, okay?